And now, we are excited to share a preview of this year's live auction pieces. There are a total of 10 works that will be sold at auction. We begin with Carrie Ballantyne, Quiet Strength. Graphite has always been a favorite drawing medium, and the abstract quality of black and white is as appealing to Carrie today as it was when she first began drawing as a child. We all seem to have a fondness for pencil drawings. Perhaps it's because at some point, all of us have an early memory of drawing something which was most likely with a pencil on white paper. No matter how our level of ability has progressed, there remains an easy familiarity with this medium. It's approachable, welcoming, and easily understood. 22 years ago, Carrie entered the Prix de West as a pencil artist with graphite and with colored pencil. She was told this was new to the show, but her work was well received and she was eventually honored with several awards over the years. Ballantyne was recipient of the Donald Teague Award for the best work on paper in 2014 and won last year's Express Ranch's Great American Cowboy Award. Carrie says, anyone familiar with my work knows that I use my family, friends, and neighbors as models for my human landscapes. Portrait drawings and paintings are my passion, and there has always been a particular look that has inspired me since I began drawing at a young age. Carrie goes on to say, we all desire solidity in this life. She says quiet strength is a composition of strength and balance.
Glenn Dean, Men and Monuments. Glenn Dean is exhibiting in his 6th Prix de West. A native of Southern California, he now calls the small town of Cambria home. Growing up in Southern California, Glenn was drawn to the area he now lives in for its wide open spaces, thanks to the large ranches, preserves, and state parks in the area. Dean enjoys spending time in these open spaces, painting and hiking his way through the West. He paints with a simplified realism approach and often finds himself exploring ways of painting the illusion of detail rather than the details themselves. Of Men and Monuments, Glenn said he wanted to make a strong silhouette with the riders in shadow, moving in front of the sunlit cliffs of Monument Valley. In my work, and in pieces like this one, I am interested to see how much I can say with very few elements. A man who lets the beauty do the talking, he loves this composition so much he intends to make it in a larger format as well, so stay tuned.
Tim Soliday, Prairie Soldier. Tim Soliday was born in Ottumwa, Iowa. He worked as an illustrator, a commercial artist, and in the motion picture industry. He feels fortunate to have found traditional teacher Theodore Lukens to study under while working in commercial art. In his late 20s, Soliday turned his attention to a career as a fine artist. He started his fine arts career as a plein air landscape painter. Most of his landscapes are Western in character and feeling. He always had an interest in the West, its history, and mythology. He now lives in Southern California and loves the beautiful scenes and climate. Tim tells the story. When I visited the Hubble trading post at the Four Corners, I was reminded of what the prairie around that area looked like. This also reminded me of the efforts needed to protect the lands today by the local Indian Police Department. It is a tribute to the bygone warrior of the past who tried to protect the land in their own way.
Kurt Walters, La Pan Vista in Smoke. Kurt Walters is in his 24th year of exhibition at the Prix de West and has nearly a dozen Prix de West medals, including the 2007 Purchase Award. His work has been honored by 3 different museums with retrospectives, including Tulsa's Gilcrease Museum. Kurt was agonized by the scenes from the La Pan Point as he saw smoke from California wildfires over 500 miles away fill the Grand Canyon. Kurt commented that these fires were not started by laser beams from outer space, but rather the result of a complex new reality for our western lands. How the smoke encased the vista compelled Kurt to paint the undefined, beautiful, delicate temples emerging in the smoke for a few remarkable minutes, he reflected. The sun began to glow bright orange on the horizon. I believe that in plein air painting, the artist finds the truth. This October, Prix de West Society members will get to visit Kurt in his Sedona studio and treat it to a viewing of his new documentary, Painting the Air.
Michael Dudash, Solitude. Born and raised in Minnesota, Michael Dudash settled in Vermont in 1977 to begin his full-time career as an artist and oil painter. Dudash currently works out of his home studio near Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, where he lives with his wife, Valerie. Dudash says, "My narrative Western work focuses on the 19th century of the Old West, and I use these stories to illustrate universal themes that are timeless. My goal is not only to tell a story in a beautiful way, but to make the viewer feel something emotionally, to feel as if they can relate to the place, the characters, and the moment that is frozen in time." Dudash says, "I have a sketchbook where I at times noodle out ideas or create small thumbnail sketches. The painting that eventually became Solitude began this way." He says the trick when working this way is to take all the various elements and make them work together in regard to color, value, light and shadow, edges, and more. In this case, I made the foreground dark and in shadow, and the landscape dramatic by being bathed in light. The painting is finally finished by repainting some of the shapes in the foreground, making some changes to the Apache's clothing, and painting in the distant mountains.
Brent Cotton, Coming of the Dawn. Brent is an award-winning and nationally recognized artist living in the Bitterroot Valley of western Montana. The 2018 Prix de West Wilson Hurley Memorial Award winner for Best Landscape, Brent is now in his 10th year of exhibition at the Prix de West. Brent's tonalist, luminous style of the late 1800s creates mood-evoking pieces with a timeless quality. Brent is an avid outdoorsman with a passion for sport art, who is often found standing in one of the local rivers with a fly rod or drift boat oar in his hand. Coming of the Dawn was inspired by a frigid early April trip down the Smith River in west central Montana, where Brent and his buddies basked in the early morning sunshine. Memories of trips like these last a lifetime, commented Cotton, and so does the frostbite.
Joseph Bowler, The Yellow Slicker. Joe Bowler has been painting for more than 30 years. He is studied with such notables as Robert Lockheed and Richard Smith. He was commissioned by the late John Ritter and his brother Tom to paint a portrait of Tex Ritter, the famed actor, country singer, and songwriter. The painting included Ritter's horse White Flash and was unveiled in March 1994 at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum during the Western Heritage Awards. He won the inaugural Donald Teague Memorial Award for Works of Art on Paper at the 2013 Prix de West and the Express Ranch's Great American Cowboy Award for the Best Cowboy Subject Matter at the 2015 Prix de West. In 2018, Bowler won the Northwest Rendezvous President's Award for Sand Hill Cranes Rising. Joe says, "I used the close-up of just part of it, which is this year's show, as part of the modeling of the yellow slicker." He goes on to say, "I was raised on a cattle ranch in Montana and wore the yellow slicker when I was younger. I was out in the rain a lot with my father raising cattle, something I can relate to having lived the life, which has helped me in my Western career."
John Moyers, As Autumn Moves into Winter. John Moyers grew up around artists in New Mexico. The son of a well-known painter and illustrator, William Moyers, John had a great first role model. After a start in the animation studios of California, John decided to move to Okanagan Game Farm in Penticton, British Columbia to study animals and train in fine art. While there, he met his wife, Terry Kelly Moyers, and they have dedicated their careers to fine art. He has studied under master artists including Robert Lockheed, J. Noel Tucker, and Ramon Froman. In 2003, John won the Robert Lockheed Memorial Award at the Prix de West, and in 2012, he won the Express Ranch's Great American Cowboy Award for A Fish Out of Water. This is Moyers' 30th year exhibiting at the Prix de West.
Tom Browning, Evening Ride. Tom has been a part of the Prix de West for 16 years and was the 2009 Purchase Award winner. He has felt a close tie with the museum since 1971 when he made his first visit, and sees it as a great honor to be included in such a prestigious show as well as the museum's permanent collection. Tom says, "I didn't choose art as a career, it chose me." This is the answer Tom often gives whenever asked why he decided to become an artist. Browning began drawing horses, wildlife, and Indians at age 7. He never tires of finding exciting ways to express this subject matter with the colorful and fluid brushwork that distinguishes his place in the Western art market. In 2009, Tom won the coveted Prix de West Purchase Award for his painting, The Dawn of a New Day. Later that same year, he was elected into the esteemed Cowboy Artists of America. Today, he is best known for his oil paintings portraying horses and cattle drives filled with a convincing sense of light and dust. Tom says some of the great illustrators like Harold von Schmidt, Dean Cornwell, and even Charlie Russell often portrayed love on the trail, and the idea always appealed to him. Years ago, when I witnessed a romance in the making on a ranch up in Oregon, it inspired me to take the idea and create my own versions of the theme. Tom thought you might enjoy this little poem he wrote about this piece entitled Evening Ride. If you just happened on this pair, you'd swear that they'd just met. Her starry eyes, his awkward glance, make courting a sure bet. They talk about their future and ease each other's fears, but I can tell you sure enough, this pair's been hitched 10 years.
Kyle Polzin, In Their Footsteps. This South Texas grandson of carpenters is a multi-talented artist, and In Their Footsteps is a tremendous offering showing the depths of Kyle's talents. Growing up around horses in the Gulf Coast, Polzin's formal training began at Victoria College in Victoria, Texas. Renowned for his still life works, the object of Kyle's paintings are works of art themselves. For In Their Footsteps, Kyle made this pair of Kiowa-styled high-top female moccasins by hand, taking over 30 hours, and has generously included the moccasins with the painting in this year's auction. Kyle was the 2020 Prix de West Frederick Remington Painting Award winner, and for 2 consecutive years received the Don B. Huntley Spirit of the West Award, given in recognition of the most outstanding work in cowboy subject matter at the Autry Museum of American West Masters. Polzin was recently featured in an article in the June issue of the Western Art Collector magazine, written by Prix de West Committee Chairman Dan Karazi. The article tells the story of how Kyle will often hand-make the objects that are the subjects of his paintings.
How we doing?
Fabulous.
I wonder how the firm's doing without its fearless leader. You sure you want to leave that all behind?
Stay restless with the icon that does the same. The RX, crafted by Lexus. See Eskridge Lexus of Oklahoma City.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for the 2021 Prix de West live auction. Please welcome the President and CEO of the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, Natalie Shirley, and Board of Directors Chairman, Hank True.
Thank you so much for joining us for the 49th Annual Prix de West live auction. We're honored to host this exhibition and sale, and we appreciate you joining us as we celebrate the talented artists who contribute to the preservation of the American West. For those of you joining us online from home, if you would like to bid on a live auction art piece, and I can tell you they're fantastic, you have not pre-registered, it's not too late. Please text your name to 405-367-4111, and a museum staff member will get in touch with you. The message and phone number are also scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Now, before we continue, let's thank our generous sponsors who make this event possible, allowing the museum to continue its mission. A special thank you to our presenting sponsor, Eskridge Lexus of Oklahoma City. And our major sponsors, Mr. and Mrs. J.T. Atherton, Mr. and Mrs. Gregory M. Simon, and the Delora A. and Lester J. Norris Foundation. We also thank our associate sponsors, American Fidelity Foundation, Ghostwood, Mr. and Mrs. Patrick Grant, and Southwestern Stationery and Bank Supply. All of our sponsors are featured in the Prix de West catalog and on the Prix de West website. We appreciate our sponsors' continued support.
A number of people join us this weekend whose support of the museum has been instrumental throughout the years. First, we recognize former United States Secretary of State and new board member, Mr. Rex Tillerson. While he could not be with us tonight, Rex has spent the last few days attending board meetings and viewing this year's exhibit. We are pleased to have with us former Governor of Oklahoma, Governor Frank Keating, and First Lady and member of the Board of Directors, Mrs. Kathy Keating. I'd like to recognize the Executive Director of the Booth Western Art Museum, Seth Hopkins. President and CEO of the Briscoe Western Art Museum, Michael Dukeman. And Executive Director and Curator of the Cal Sharp Historical Site of Taos, New Mexico, Davison Koenig. We also want to thank our Prix de West Society members for joining us this weekend, including our Prix de West Patron Circle members and our new Prix de West Sustainers Circle members. The Prix de West Society members support the contemporary Western art, Western heritage, and the educational efforts of the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum. They engage throughout the year in a series of educational and fun activities with the curatorial staff, artists, and tour for our private collections and travel on an exclusive trip, usually in the fall. Part of the success of the museum is also due to them. Thursday night, our Prix de West Society members, Prix de West Patron Circle, and Prix de West Sustainer Circle members enjoyed an exclusive dinner with the artists sponsored by Mike and Kathy Steve. And with that experience came the opportunity to enter a raffle to win a painting that was graciously donated by Jim Morgan. We congratulate this year's raffle winner, Susan Roeder.
We'd like to thank the members of the Prix de West Committee who work hard all year long to make this event spectacular. As you hear your names, I ask that you please stand to be recognized and remain standing. Now please hold your applause until all are introduced. Chairman Dan Carazzi, Tom Atherton, Lance Benham, Lynn Freeze, Orrin Gapsch, Gary Kinslow, Liz Loki, Susan Roederer, Greg Simon, and Roger Simons. Thank you once again to these committee members. We are also delighted to have so many of our museum board members here with us this weekend. These folks work year-round in support of the museum, and we appreciate their efforts. I'd like for our board members to please stand and be recognized.
Tonight's auction involves two people who will share a description of the works you will be bidding on. Please welcome Prix de West enthusiasts and our MCs for the evening, Clay Taylor and Clayton Taylor.
Thank you, Hank.
Thank
Appreciate
you, Natalie.
Thanks
oh my
so much.
goodness. Hey,
I
what a
love
show.
you.
What a beauty.
Thank you.
Hey, you look good.
Thank you,
Great
thank
job,
you, thank
guys.
you. Okay, we're going over here.
All right.
Thank you and good evening. I'm honored to be back here with Clay, but I tell you, it's an honor to be up here with Clay.
Well,
my oldest son, we are just excited to be doing this. And we're thankful that we're all here and we can gather in person again.
Here,
Isn't
here,
that
here,
just-
here.
Woo! And if you're not here in person, we do welcome you if you're joining us online from home. Prix de West is the museum's largest annual fundraiser, and from the live auction, the museum receives at least 50% or more of the purchase price. So the more you bid, and the more you bid,
And bid.
and the more you
and
bid, the more you're supporting the museum and the artists who created the works of art.
Well, now this year's auction includes captivating works created by talented artists like Carrie Ballantyne, Joseph Bowler, Tom Browning, Brent
I
Cotton,
had lunch with him today, yeah.
Glenn Dean, Michael Dudash,
Great.
John Moyers,
Wow.
Kyle Polzin, Tim Soliday, and Kurt Walters.
Absolutely. Great group.
Wow. What a
Thank you
guard.
all.
What a group. What a group, truly.
I can only imagine for the artists, it would be so exciting to watch the bidding on a work of art that you've invested so much time and talent in. Thank you everyone for participating in the bidding process and showing appreciation to these talented artists. As a reminder, for those of you joining us online from home, if you would like to bid on a live auction piece tonight and you have not pre-registered, it's not too late. Please text your name to 405-367-4111, 405-367-4111, and a museum staff member will get in touch with you. The message and the phone number are also scrolling across the bottom of your screen.
Well, and also a big special thanks to our museum staff who are eagerly standing by to take those phone calls from those of you bidding at home. You're going to see some of them shortly here very hard at work. There's a buzz in here tonight. We're so excited about having everybody. Now tonight, we're going to share a description of the works that you guys are going to be bidding on. But Clayton and I, we need some help from an expert who's going to encourage you guys to bid and bid
and bid
and bid and bid higher. And remember, it's for charity. So please welcome our auctioneer, Charles Kupke.
Yay, Charles. Where are you? Oh, here he comes.
There's Charles.
Hey, Charles. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you.
Charles, how are you, sir? Thanks for having you.
Thank you for allowing me to be here. It's a great evening in Oklahoma, amen?
Amen.
Great
Absolutely.
evening to be an American and to be here and participate in such a great creation of artistry. We want to thank you all for being here tonight, supporting this great thing we call home right here tonight.
Amen.
And it's always a pleasure to be working with Clay and Clayton. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Charles, this is our second year working together. We had a lot of fun last year.
Absolutely.
Let's do it again this year.
Yes.
So let's start with item number 1.
All right.
It's a piece by Carrie Ballantyne. It's entitled Quiet Strength. It's a graphite drawing. It's 16.5 inches by 12 inches. For the past 30 years, portrait drawings and paintings have been Carrie's passion. There has always been a particular look that has inspired her since she first began drawing at a very young age. But it's not just the outward appearance that gets her attention. It's the unspoken qualities of the human confidence, strength, humility, gentleness, kindness, and authenticity that constantly spurs her artistic desires forward. Carrie notes that we all desire solidity in our life. Quiet strength is a composition of strength and balance. Item number 1, Charles, take it away. Get it
All
started.
right,
Thank
right
you.
there. Good one to start with. Carrie Ballantyne right there. 10,000 where? 10, 5, 3, $4,000. $3, $4,000. Anybody get 4 now? 5, $6,000 now. $7,000, $6,000 now. 7, bid him at 7, 7, 7. $6,000 now. 7, bid him at $7,000. Anybody 6 and a 7? 7,000 where? Anybody get $6,000? Anybody 6 now? 6 now. 5, $6,500. $6,500. 6,000 now. 5. Anybody get 5 now? 5, $6,500. Anybody 65? 65 now. 7,000. 65 and a 7. 6,500 now. $7,000. Buy them at $7,000. 6,500 bid. 7,000 to buy. Now the first one's always the best.
Yes.
But number 1, we don't want anybody to be missed. So get your hands in the air. We want everybody. I got 7,000 on the phone. 7,500, sir. We're taking turns. It's your turn. 7,500, 7,000, $7,500. Anybody get 7,000? Bid them at 75, 75, 7,000 on the phone. You're out on the floor. 7,500, 7,000 now 500, 75 now 500. Now $8,000.
All right.
Now
Yeah.
7,500,
All right.
$8,000.
All right,
7,500 now 8. Give them it's 8. Now 5. 85 now 9. 85 now 9. Bid them
Keep
at
going, keep
$9,000.
going.
85 now 9. 85 now 9. Anybody 9? Don's in. You're out on the phone. $9,000. 8,500 now 9. Anybody 85 9? $8,500. You give 9,000. 9
Yeah.
now 5.
Yeah, good.
95. $9,500. Anybody get 9 now 5? 9 now 5.
Where's
9
the 10?
now 5. 9,500 now 10 now 10. 95 10. Now
Somebody's gotta go
$10,000.
10.
$9,500. Just starting to look. $9,500 now 10. $10,000 bid him at 10. Now 10. Buy him at 10. 9,500 bid. 10 to buy. 10 to 5.
Yeah,
10 5.
yeah,
10
yeah.
5. 10 5. 10,000 to 500. 10,000 5. Now 11,000. 11,000. Anybody
well, we'll get
11,000
there.
bid him
All
at
right.
11,000. 10 5 to my left. Now 11,000. You're out on the phone. $11,000. 10 5 11. Okay. 11,000. We don't have
We're not
many.
in a hurry.
It's good to have a big crowd here. It's a lot
Yeah.
better than having
Oh,
just phones like
absolutely.
last year.
Thank you.
10-5. Brad's in. You're all out. 11,000. 11,000. 10-5. 11,000. Tell me, Joe, yes or no? Gonna go. 11,000.
It does remind me of Kathy.
You gonna do it?
I think she wants it.
10-5. 11,000. 11,000. Bid him $11,000. 10-5. 11. Sold him. 10-5. Brad's away.
Yeah.
10-5.
Is that Brad? All right. Well, all right, guys. That's a great start.
That was a
We'll
great
get
icebreaker.
your name right
Absolutely.
quick, please. Tom Atherton. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Atherton. Tom Atherton. Yes, sir.
All right.
Charles, that was a lot of fun.
Yes, sir.
I mean, absolutely. Great way to get started.
Everybody waking up now. You guys getting the hang of this. Remember, just put your arm up in the air.
Just
These
get
guys
your
will
arm
find
up.
you. These
Yep.
guys will find you. All right, guys. Item number 2 is up. This is a beautiful piece by Glenn Dean. It is titled Men and Monuments. It's an oil. It's 11 by 13. Now, Glenn wanted to make a strong silhouette with the riders in shadow moving in front of sunlit cliffs of Monument Valley. In his work, he is very interested to see how much he can say with very few elements.
Yep.
Charles, this is gorgeous. Let's get it.
You bet. Don't you like it right there? Glendine right there. 10,000 where? 10 where? 5,000. 5,000 where? Anybody get 2,000, 3,000, $4,000?
Hey, all
3,000 now 4. Anybody get 4 and a 4? 3 and a 4? $3,000 and a $4,000. Anybody get 3 and a 4? Bid him a 4. $3,000. Buy him a 4. $3,000 and a $4,000. Anybody get 4 and a 5? Bid him a 5. 4, 5, 4 and a 5. Now 5 now. Now 55. Now $6,000. $6,000. Well 55 6. 55 and a 6. Bid him a $6,000. 55 6. 55 6, you're out on the phone, $6,000, 5,500, $6,000, 5,500 and a 6, bid him a $6,000, 5,506, bid him a 6, and a $6,000 to buy, 5,500 now 6, bid him. Hey, you look at this, it is like you say, I love the simplicity.
It's so
but
good.
that is country that is all by itself. It's a different country than you'll ever see, and it has a lot of hardships, but it has a beauty right with it. And I really see it in this great artistry right here.
The first time I walked down the hallway and looked at these, that grabbed me in a big way. That is just a great piece of art.
Great piece.
Yeah.
6,000. 6,000 where? 5,500. 6,000. Joe, I put you in at 55. Dad Don at 5. You come right in with him.
Do I see it?
No, we got 5 ahead of you. All right. We're at 4,000 then. We'll let you all in. 4,000, 4,500, 4,000, 45, $4,500. Anybody get 4 and a 5? 45, 40,000, now 45.
There
now
we
5,
go.
bid him
All right, come on.
$5,000. 45 and a
Might start
5, bid him a
bidding from
5, now
the
5 and a
stage.
5, 45, 5, $4,500. Now 500 to buy, 4,500 and a 5, bid him a 5, hands in the air, 4,500 and a $5,000. Been here long enough. Gonna go. You're through. Have got to be 4,500 and a 5, bid him a $5,000. Anybody get 45, 5? So Brad's way, 4,500. We'll get the name.
Yeah.
4,500.
Thank you, Charles.
He's going to tell us who got it.
He's what?
Dan Geiger, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. I think that's a steal.
It's a steal. We've only got a number of items left, so don't let any more steals happen like that, ladies and gentlemen. Item number 3 is by Tim Soliday. It's entitled Prairie Soldier. It's a pastel. It's 18 inches by 14 inches. Tim has always had an interest in the West, its history, and its mythology. The idea of Prairie Soldier was to make a portrait of a typical Indian warrior, a soldier in the battle of life. Charles, this is a great piece also. Let's have at it.
All right, thank you very much. Don't you like it? All right, $10,000. Anybody get 10, 10, 10? Anybody get 5? 5,000 where? 5,000 where? $5,000. Bid him at $5,000 with 4, 5. 4,005. Bid him at $5,000. Anybody let you all in? 3,000, 4,000, $3,000, $4,000, 3,000 to 4. Bid him at 4, $3,000 and a $4,000. 3,004, 5. Anybody get 5?
Yeah,
Now 6.
good.
5, 6. Anybody get 5, 6? Anybody get $6,000? $5,000 and a 6. Anybody get $6,000? Anybody get 5, 6? 5, 6. Got Joel in. You're all out. 5, 6. 5, 6. Anybody get 5 now? $6,000. $6,000. 5 and a 6. Now 7. Now
All right.
$8,000. I got it ahead of you. You got to be 8, Jeff. I got 7 right here. 8,000 where? 7, 8. Now 9. 8,000. 9. Now 10. 9, 10. Anybody get 9, 10? 10
Yes.
now 11.
Good.
$11,000. Anybody get 10, 11? $10,000. Now $11,000. 10 now 11. 10 now 11. Anybody get 10,000? 11. Anybody get 11? 10,000. Buy them at 11. Hey, Joe, you're running second. I want you to know that.
Come on, Joe. Let's go, man.
10 now, 11, 10,000 now, 11,000, 10, 5, 11,000, now 11,000. Anybody get 10, 5, 11,000, 11,000. Anybody get $11,000? Anybody get 10, 5, now 11, 10, 5, 11. Anybody get 10, 5, now 11, 10, 5. Anybody get 11,000? You're out on the phone right now. 10, 5, now 11, 10, 5, now 11. Anybody get 11? Did you give me 10 or 10, 5? 10 here. All right, I want 5 then. Your door's still open. 10, 5, 10, 5, 10, 5. Anybody get 10, 5? 10, 5, 10,000 5. Anybody get 10, 5? Anybody else? You want to do it? 10, 5, 10, 5. Anybody get 5? Sold it, Jeff Sway,
All right.
$10,000, $10,000.
That's a great piece. Oh, that's awesome.
Kent Webb, thank you very much.
Thank you, Kent Webb. All
Thanks,
right.
Kent. We
Great.
appreciate you. What a gorgeous one. All right, folks. Now, this is already item number 4. This one is by Kurt Walters, and it is titled Lipan Vista in Smoke. It's an oil-on panel. It's 8x6. Now, if you'll turn your attentions to the screen behind me, you actually get the treat to hear from the artist himself tonight about this beautiful piece.
In June 2020, California was struggling with a series of wildfires, the worst in our nation's history. The smoke from those fires was carried an astonishing 500 miles across state lines into northern Arizona. These fires were not started by laser beams from outer space, but rather are the result of a complex new reality for our western lands. Over the course of many months, there were nearly 10,000 fires with some 4 million acres burned. The true depth of the damage and destruction is surely still unknown. As I was painting at Lipan Point, I was agonized by the alarming conditions and how it encased the vista. The air felt like it had the same particulate light filtration captured by Turner in his images at the dawn of the Industrial Revolution. This is the story of Grand Canyon's undefined, beautiful, and delicate temples emerging in the smoke as the sun began to glow bright orange on the horizon. In the art of plein air painting, the artist finds the truth.
Wow. Thank you, Kurt.
All right.
Woo! Yeah, guys, really exciting here, and it's just unbelievable. But Kurt is generously donating 75% of the winning purchase price to the museum on this one. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Kurt. Now, let's find a buyer for this painting and raise some funds for the museum. Go ahead, Charles.
All right, right there. 5,000 where? 5 where? $5,000. It's 5,000 now. $6,000. 5, 6, $6,000. Anybody get 5, 6 now? 5, 6 now. 7. Anybody get $7,000? Anybody get 6, 7? 6, 7. Anybody get $7,000 now? 8,000 now. 9,000. 8,000 now. 9. $9,000. 8, 9. 8, 9. $9,000. Anybody give 8 now? 9 and 9 and 9. 8,500. And now 9. 8,500 to 9. What do you say here? 900. 9,000. 8,500 to $9,000. Bid of a 9. Now 9. 8,500 to 9. Now 9. Anybody give 85 to 9? Everybody with phones, tap them on the table and make sure they're working, because we're not getting enough participation back there. I got 8,500 with Joe White. You're out, Don Fraley, 9,000. Hey, my mistake. We got Brad, we got Don, and we got Joel, and we got Jeff, and I apologize for not introducing you sooner. I appreciate him coming out to help tonight for this great cause. I got 8,500, and I want $9,000. 8,500, now 9, bid him a 9. 8,500 to 9 to buy, bid him a 9. $8,500, now $9,000, bid him a 9. Now 9 to 9, 8,500, now 9. Sold him Joel's way, 8,500.
Lance Benham.
Benham.
Lance Benham. Lance, thank you. Lance is a great supporter. Past chairman of the board. Thank you, Lance. Appreciate that so much. Item number 5, almost halfway through. Michael Dudash, Solitude. It's oil on linen, 26 by 18. It's a really nice size. As a Western narrative painter, Michael is fascinated by all aspects of the frontier life in the 19th century. So much of his work is centered around the depiction of the challenges faced by the common men and women who overcame tremendous odds through courage, hard work, and uncommon resilience. In this work, a 19th century Apache brave pauses to look out across the great American Southwest that he has always known as his home. In this moment of quiet solitude, he remembers what has been and what an uncertain future might be ahead.
Beautiful. All right, on the doodash right there. All right, 10,000 where? 10 where? $10,000. Anybody get 10? A 10, beat them at 5. 5,000, 6,000, now 7,000, now $8,000, 9,000, now 10, now 10, now 11,000, now 11,000, now $12,000. 11, now 12. Anybody get $11,000 and 12? Anybody get 11, 12? $11,000. Anybody get $12,000? 11 to 12. Anybody get 12 and 12 to buy? $11,000. Now $12,000. 11, 12, $11,000 and $12,000. Anybody get 12? Now 13, 12, 13.
All right.
12, 13, sir. You only get 13,000. 12, 13, 13, 13,000. I got you at 12. Now 13, 12, 13, 13, 14, 13, 14, $14,000. Anybody get 14? 13 to 14. 15, 15, you only get 15. 14, buy them at 15,000. $14,000. Bid them at 15. 14, 15. Clayton, you know, it's the subtleties. You see the eagle in the background there even when you look at it. And you wonder what's going through his mind, what he's seen, what he's experienced.
And he's experiencing the Southwest where he's always lived. He's wondering about his future, kind of like we all are right now, wondering what's going to come. But I mean, this man is faced with challenges. What a beautiful painting. He had so many good pieces in this auction. Thank you. Join in. Everybody jump in.
I got
here.
14. I'll take 14.5. You've been a good bidder, sir. 14, now 5, 14.5, bid him at 4, 14.5, 15, 15, $15,000, now 15.5, 15 to 5, bid him at 5, now 5, 15 to 5, bid him at 500, 15,000 bid, 500 to buy, you want to buy him at 500, 15 here, 15.5, anywhere, 15.5, 15 to 5, bid him at 15.5, anybody get 5 to 5 to 5, 15.5, $15,000, now 15,500, 500, 15,500, what did he say, Brad, yes or no? He said no, we gone, sold it, $15,000. 15,000.
Yeah. Well done, well done, well done.
All right. That's awesome.
Who is it?
About to find out.
Mark and Teresa Burson, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Mark and Teresa,
so
thank
much.
you. Now, we've sold half the items,
I can't believe it yet. This is actually item number 6, y'all. So I know some of us are still waking up to this process, but if you haven't gotten involved yet, get those arms going. It's time to. Some of y'all in the back are just watching. I think it's time to participate a little bit.
It's kind of the same motion as drinking.
There we go.
Same motion as drinking. You can use your elbow. You can use your whole shoulder. Just get that arm up.
Do we need to make everybody stand up and jump? No, all right.
No.
Okay. All right. Item number 6. If we get there, I will. But item number 6. This is by Brent Cotton. Brent is entitled this "The Coming of the Dawn." It is oil on board.
That's gorgeous.
14 by 18 inches. Now, Brent witnessed this scene back in April on a 5-day river trip down the Smith River in west central Montana. The weather was challenging with a late-season snowstorm and temperatures that never got above freezing. Now, this particular morning, the sun finally came out and hit the walls in such a beautiful display. Brent knew it needed to be captured in paint. Memories of trips like this, they last a lifetime. So does the frostbite.
And so will this painting. Absolutely.
All right. Coming of the dawn right here. All right, 10,000 where? 10, now 10, 5,000. 5,000 where? Anybody get 2? $3,000, $2,000 to 3,000, now 3. Now 4, bid him at 35. Now 4, bid him at 4. Now 4, $4,000, 4, now 45, now 5, 45, now 5, now 5, 55. Anybody get 55? $6,000, now 65, now 7,000, now 75, now $8,000, now $9,000, 9 now, 8 now, 9,000, now $10,000, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9,000, now 10,000, 10, now 10. Anybody get 9, 10, 9, 10? Anybody Anybody get 95 and a 10? 95 and a 10. Now 5. 10, 5, 10, 5. Anybody get 10 and a 5? 10, 5, 10, 5. Now 11. Now 10, 5. Now 11. Now 5, 11, 5. Anybody 12 and a 13? 13, 13, 13, 12, 5. 13, now 14, 13 to 5. 13, 5, 14, 14. Anybody get 14? 14, 5, 14 to 5. Bid him a 5. 14, 5. Now 15. Left the door open. 15. Now 5. What do you say? 15, 5. 15 to 5. Anybody get 5 and a 5? 15, 5. 15 to 5. Anybody get 5 and a 5? You know, you reminded me of something. Everybody raise your hand up to see if they're working.
Oh,
because, you know, there's a lot more people could be bidding on there. Sir, can I put you in at 15.5 since you raised your hand? Oh, he said no.
And Charles,
I thought I'd try it.
Every
15.
fisherman in here ought to be thinking about this. I mean, this is about fishing. This is about being out there and enjoying the West.
Hey, what I thought, Clayton, you envision what you like about art until you walk down through the display and you find the beauty in things you never thought.
That's exactly right.
And this is one of those that you'll find beauty and you'll go home and you'll look at it and you'll find a new beauty every day looking at it.
Every day.
Every day.
Everybody jump in.
I got 15. Gonna take 5. 15, 5. 15,005. Bid him at 5. Your man's out. They done done. 15 to 5. Anybody get 5? Now 5. Anybody get 5? 15, 5. Y'all right on the phones? Sold it. Joel's away. 15,000. 15,000.
Wow. Thanks a bunch. Awesome.
Steve Olshan is the successful bidder. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it very, very much. Okay, if you're out there and you're a banker or a rancher or an auto dealer, or if you have a mortgage on your house or you own a car, you ought to be bidding, okay?
Yeah, if you're breathing,
If you're breathing, you ought to be bidding. This benefits our Cowboy Hall.
Amen.
And I'm still calling it the Cowboy Hall, and I will forever. This benefits this wonderful museum. Item number 7 is by Joe Bowler, the Yellow Slicker. It's a transparent watercolor. It's 21.5 by 18 inches. Joe has been painting for more than 30 years. He has studied with such notables as Robert Lockheed and Richard Schmid. This is the same model he used in his painting. It's just part of it. He painted it for this year's Prix de West. It reminds him of those rainy days when you have to use that bright yellow slicker like we needed this morning.
Did it say? It's nice to need that slicker every once in a while.
Absolutely. We appreciate that rain.
The yellow slicker right there. All right, 10,000 where? 10, anybody get 10? 5,000 where? $5,000. Anybody get 5? $3,000 to $4,000. Anybody get 3? 4. Now 5. 4, 5. Anybody get 4 and a 5? Anybody get $5,000? Anybody $4,000 bid? 5,000 to buy. 4 and a 5. 4 and a 5. Bid them at 5. $4,000 and a 5,000. Now $6,000. Now $7,000. 6 and a 7. Anybody get 7? $6,000. Anybody get 7? 7, 7. Bid them at 7. $6,000 and a 7, bid him at 7, 6 and a 7, $7,000, $6,000 and a $7,000. You're out, Jeff. 7,000, 6,000 and a 7. Anybody get 7? Now 8, 7, 8, $8,000, $8,000, 8, 7, no 8. You've been a good bidder. I'll let you in for 7,500. 75, 7,500. Now $8,000, 7,500. No 8. Bid him at $8,000, 75, 8, now 5, 8, now 5, now 9, 85, now 9. Bid him at 9, now 9, now 5, 95, 95, now $10,000, 95, now 10. Bid him at 10, 10, 10, 10, now 5, 10, 5, 10 to 5. Anybody get 10 to 5? What did he say? 10, 5, 10, 5 on the phone. You want to give 10,500? 10 to 5, bid him at 5, $10,000 and a 5, bid him at 500, 10,000 now 5. You know, we've only got 2 or 3 left.
Yep.
And we are here to raise money. And we know what the cause is for, or we wouldn't be here.
Absolutely.
This is real cowboy stuff.
Well, I was going to say, that's a $20,000 mustache on this old boy right here.
Hey, you can analyze it any way you want, but that's cowboy stuff right here.
He's hoping his mustache will grow into that.
One day, yeah, one day.
Joe, you got something to aspire to right there.
Absolutely.
All right, I got 10,000 with Joe White. Now 500. 10, 5, 10, 5, bid him at 5, $10,000 and a 5. Anybody else? 10, 5, bid him at 5. Hands in the air, 10,000 now 5. Sold it your way, 10,000.
Oh.
The beautiful, the dynamic, the lovely Lynn Freeze. Thank you.
Oh.
And Lynn says it reminded her of her late husband, Foster. Thank you, Lynn. You've seen him in that yellow slicker. I know you have. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, what a great piece, y'all. Thank you. I have the pleasure of introducing item number 8. It is by the artist John Moyers. It is titled As Autumn Moves into Winter. It's an oil. It's 12 by 12 inches. John shows how heavy early snow on Taos Mountain blankets the ground while a few scattered leaves remain. A faraway land from the temperatures we're experiencing in Oklahoma today.
Yeah.
It's an absolutely beautiful piece. And Charles, I think we're going to have no problem selling this one. So take it away.
John Moyers, man, this is special right here. Fit anywhere. Go so many different places with this one. I love it right there. All right, 10,000. Where anybody get 5,000 to buy? 5,000. Well, 3, 4, 4,000 to $5,000. $6,000. Anybody get 5, 6. Now 7. Bid them at 7,000. $6,000 and 7,000. Now $8,000. Now 7, now 8. Now 9. 8, 9. Now 10. 10. Now 11,000. 10. Now $11,000. Anybody get 10? Now 11. 10, 11. Now 12. Anybody get 12? 11, 12. 11, 12. Anybody get 11 to 12? Anybody get $11,000? 12,000. Now 13. 13, 12, 13, 13, 12, 13. $13,000. $12,000 into 13. Anybody get 12, 13? 12, 13, 13, 13. Anybody get 12, 13? 12, 13, 12,000, 13,000, 12. I think Jeff's got a little bit of a buyer's resistance. Tell him it's just money. And that will probably change his mind about bidding right there. I got 12,000. Now 13,000. 13. Hey, Jeff, I know what you're thinking. Take 12.5 right quick. 12.5. 12.5. $12,000 into 500. Anybody get 12.5? Bid him at 5. 12 now 5. Bid to buy $12,500. Anybody get 12.5? 12.5. We only got a couple left. 12.5. We're on the floor, y'all. Out on the phone. 12,000. 12.5. 13.
Yeah.
13. $13,000. 12.5. 13. 13. Anybody get 13? 13. Your turn, Jeff. 12.5. 13. 13. You want to get $13,000. 12.5 now 13. Bid him at 13. 13. Bid to buy 13. 12 here. 13. Anywhere. 13,000. 12.5. 13. $13,000 anywhere. $13,000. Jeff, are both of yours done? They are. Said stick a fork in them. They're done, huh? Hate to hear that. This is a lovely piece right here.
Great, beautiful piece.
I love it. But I got 12.5. You're through. I've got to be. Now 13. $13,000. 12.5. 13. Sold. 12.5. 12.5. Joel's wife.
It's a great piece.
And the successful bidder is Lou McGinnis. Thank you, Lou McGinnis. Thank you very, very much. Folks, we're down to just 2 items left. This is going to be item number 9. Now get your arms ready. This benefits this great enterprise here that helps promote the West and make sure that the next generation gets to see the things that we've seen.
Hear, hear.
This is a piece by Tom Browning. It's entitled, appropriately, Evening Ride. It's oil, 18 by 18. Tom began drawing horses, wildlife, and Indians at a very early age of 7 years old. And after 5 decades of painting, he never tires of finding exciting ways to express this subject matter with colorful and fluid brushwork. When he describes this piece, he says, a couple adds a little bit of romance to an already beautiful sunset. This could be a sunset anywhere in the West, folks. Just imagine sitting there on horseback with the folks that you love in a sunset like that.
Hear, hear.
Oh boy, don't you like Tom Browning right here? What he gave us to sell tonight. Don't you like it right there? 15,000 where? 15. Anybody get 10 to 10? 10 to buy. 10 to buy. Anybody get 5? $7,000. 5, 7. Now $7,000. Anybody get 6,000? Now $7,000. $8,000. Now $9,000. 8, 9. 8, 9. 8, 9. Now 10. 9, 10. 10, 10. Now 11. Anybody get 10? 11. $10,000. Now $11,000. 10. Now 11. 10. Now 11. Anybody get 10? Now 11. Anybody get $11,000? Anybody get 10? Now 11. Bid have been 11,000. Now $12,000. 11. Now 12. Anybody get 12? 11, 12. Anybody 12? 13. 13. 13. $13,000. 12 to 13. Out on the phone. $13,000. 13. 14. Bid him at 14. 13. 14. 15. 15. 15. 14. 15. Bid him at 15. 14 here. 15. 14. 14. 5. Anybody get 5? Now 5. 14. 5. Now 15. 15. He said. For 15. Now 5. 15. 5. 15 to 5. Anybody get 15? 5. 15. 5. Anybody get 15 to 5? Anybody get 5 to 5? 15 to 5. Bid him at 5. What do you say on 5? 16. 16. 15. 5. 16 to 5. 16. 5. 17. 17. 17. 16. 5. 17. 17. 17. Anybody get 16? 5. 17. 17. Now 5. 17. 5. Anybody get 5 to 5? 17. 5. Hey, we do have one item left after this.
Just one.
One item left, but I want to tell you something. Last Saturday, I was at Pawhuska, Oklahoma.
Great place.
And we had a youth ranch rodeo. It was full of young people. Young people today want to know about the West.
They sure do.
Hear, hear.
I make my living with steel and silver horseman and cowboy tools called bits and spurs. Young people want to know about them. Those same young people are going to grow up and want to know more about this. We have a future in the Western way of life. Because as Monty Walsh said, as long as there's one cowboy driving one cow, cowboying's not dead. And I can tell you, cowboy is alive and well in America. I got Jeff at 17. You're
right,
out on
Jeff.
the phone. I'm going to let you in at 17.5. 17.5. Now 18.
Yes.
18. 18. 17.5. Now 18. Bid him at 18. 17.5. Now $18,000 to buy him. Bid him at 18. 18,000. 17.5. Bid now 18. 18 to 5. Bid him at 5. Now 5. 18.5. 18.5. $18,000 to $500. Anybody give 18 to 5? Now 19. 18.5 to 19. 19.5. 19.5. 19.5. 19 to 5. Anybody get 5 to 5 to 5? We're on the wrong side of 20,000. 19 to 5. Anybody get 19.5? 19.5, 19.5. Anybody get 5 to 5? 19.5, 19.5, 19.5. Anybody get 5? Believe it would. 19.5, 19 to 5. Now 20, 19.5, 20. Anybody get $20,000? $20,000. Anybody get 19.5, 20? Jeff, what's your man say? 19.5. Now 20. You want to give 20? You done, Don. 19.5, 20. 19.5. They said they're through. 19.5 to 20. Bid them at 20. Sold them Joe's away. 19.5. 19.5.
Wow, that's wonderful.
All right, y'all.
Great. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Woo! 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 Yeah.
That's awesome. All right.
And the successful bidder, Mr. Mike Steeb. Thank you,
Hey,
thank you,
to
thank
the
you.
Steebs, you guys.
Yeah. You all are great supporters. Thank you for doing it again.
When Clayton kicked me out of his table, I actually got moved to their table,
Oh,
so I'm
good.
a big fan of them.
Good,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right. Thank
Now, guys,
you.
This is the last item in the auction.
Number 10.
It's number 10. We appreciate everybody being here tonight. It's been a ton of fun. Charles, you and your team do such a great job. Just appreciate you guys so much. This last piece is really cool. It is a piece by Kyle Polzin, and it is titled In Their Footsteps. Now, it's an oil on canvas, and it's 21 inches by 17 inches. Now, as I've said, it's our final auction piece this evening. This painting, though, was featured in an article titled In the Studio with Kyle Polzin. And the article here was actually written by Dan Karazi, the chairman of our Prix de West committee, and appears in this month's issue of the Western Art Collector. So, really cool deal. The article tells a story about the fact that Kyle will often make the objects that are the subject of his paintings. He does this often when he has an idea for a painting, but he's unable to find exactly what it is that he would like to feature. So for tonight's auction, Kyle really wanted to paint a pair of Kiowa-styled high-top female moccasins, but was unable to find exactly what he wanted. So, as Kyle does, he took the pair, he decided to sit down and make his own pair of moccasins. In total, the moccasins he spent over 30 hours on the moccasins themselves before even getting started on the painting. Now, knowing the main objective of our live auction tonight is to help this museum, Kyle has very generously decided to include these absolutely stunning high-top moccasins along with the painting. So
Both pieces.
The lucky winning
Yep.
bidder is going to walk out of here with both of these tonight,
Both of
folks.
them. Yeah.
Handmade moccasins and the beautiful Kyle Polzin painting of them. It's unbelievable. Also, you will get an autographed copy of the Western Art Collector.
All right, right there. All right, $10,000, $15,000, 10, 15, bid him at 15, 10, 15. Anybody get $15,000, take 12. 10, 12, 15, 15, 15, 17, 17. Now $20,000 and 20, 20. Now 2, 22, now 5, now 7, $27,000, 25, now 27,000, now 30,000, now 2, 32, now 5, now $37,000, 37, $40,000, 42, now $42,000, $4,000, 40,000, now 42,000, 42, now 5, 42, now 5, 42, now 5, now $7,000. 47,000. Anybody get 45? 47,000. Where? $47,000. Now 50. Bid him at $50,000. 40, 50. Now 2. 52. $52,000. 52. Anybody 52? Now 5. 55. Anybody get 55? 57. 60,000. Now 5. 65. $60,000. Now 5. Bid him at 5. 60 to 5. 65. Now 70. Bid him at $70,000. Anybody get 75? 70. Now 5. Anybody get 5? 75. Now 80. Bid him at 75. $80,000. 75 now 80. Anybody get 75, 80? $75,000 now 75 now $80,000. 75 now 80. Bid him at 80. Now 80, 75, 80. I never would have thought of that. 77. Now 80. Left the door open. $77,000, $80,000.
Come on, folks.
77, now
Don't
80.
let 'em
Bid him
pull
at
you out.
$80,000. Anybody get 77, now 80. 77, now $80,000. Anybody get 80? Hey, gentlemen, I have been so excited ever since I heard about these to sell these and to sell another great offering from Mr. Kyle. But to get the moccasins.
Unbelievable.
And the original.
Right.
How can it get any better?
It literally gives new meaning to Mama needs a new pair of shoes. So here we go. Let's go with it. Yeah.
Hey, this is truly museum quality right
absolutely.
here. I'm at 77,000. Hey, and don't come around tomorrow looking for something like this. Yeah.
We do have a question.
Yes.
They would like to know what size.
Whatever size you want them to be.
Right now, hey, Joe, I think they're 100,000 size, and I only got 77. I got 77,000 of it right now. All right, 77,000, $80,000. Where? Anybody get 77, 80,000, 80,000, 80. Now 5, 80 now 2, $82,000. Anybody give 80 and a 2? Bid him a 2, $80,000 and a 2. You want to give 2? $80,000. Now $2,000, $82,000, $82,000. Anybody give 2? Tell him to take a little sip of that wine and give us $82,000.
Yeah,
80,000 now 2. Bid about 2.
Yeah.
Anybody get 2 and a 2? 82 now 5. Bid him a 5. 85. Anybody get 82 now? 85, 87, $87,000. Anybody 85 now 7? $85,000. $87,000. 85 bid 7 to buy. $87,000 anywhere. 85 here. $87,000 anywhere. 85 now 7. Bid him a 7 to 7 to 7. 85 now 7. $85,000 now 7. $85,000. Anybody get 7? 85 now 7. You only give 7 to 7. Maybe I need to walk over here.
Charles, there's some stuff happening over here.
Keep bringing the wine. Keep bringing the wine out.
I think we're having a corporate meeting, and they're going to declare a dividend.
Absolutely.
And give 87,000. I'm still not to 100. Might not sleep good tonight.
Oh!
$90,000. Hey, Joe. Just see if she'll get $100,000. $100,000. Hey, I got 100. Now 5. 105. 105, $100,000 now, 105, bid him at 5, 105, 100 now, 5, 105, 100 now, 5. Anybody get 5 now, 5? She blew him out of the water, he said. $100,000 now, 5. Thank each and every one of you. Sold him $100,000.
Hey, and thank this guy over here too. Thanks all y'all. That's unbelievable. Wow.
I know. Yeah, you got it.
We all just bow down.
Absolutely. We're in the presence of greatness. We're in the presence of one of the most generous folks we've ever known. We miss Foster like crazy. And Lynn, we love you. Lynn Freeze.
All right. We got one little surprise, don't we, men?
Yes, we do.
That is right, don't we?
I'm going to kind of recover here for a second.
Let's let the air get in back into us here for a second.
Lynn, thank you.
Wow.
You've been
Thank
such
you,
a
ma'am.
great supporter of this entire enterprise. We can't thank you enough.
Here it is, gentlemen, right here.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So congratulations to our live auction winners, and thank you to all of our bidders here and at home and our artists for the world-class talent and generosity. But hold on, it's over here. We have one more special item available. This auction will raise even more money for the museum. Ghostwood, who's been set up out here in the gallery the last couple of nights, one of our Prix de West associate sponsors, has generously donated a bottle of their Ghostwood blended bourbon, a whiskey that pairs perfectly with the stories you share by the light of the campfire or anywhere else you want to be. What makes this so special is this bottle is signed by the 2021 Prix de West artists. They're all
That's
on there,
pretty cool.
all their
Hey,
signatures.
that's pretty cool. Now, guys, these special bottles have gone anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 of various fundraising events.
But that wasn't at the Prix de
I was going to
West.
say, this is the Prix de West,
Yeah.
and it is the premier contemporary Western art exhibition in the world.
Absolutely.
So we're expecting some great things here tonight. Guys, this is a cool bottle. It's got all these artists who've worked so tirelessly to be part of this show. Have something to remember this show by right here. Charles, let's sell it.
All right, we're going to start it down, let you all bid, have a good time on this final item. You've been a great crowd. Thank each and every one of you. Thank you for allowing me to be here. We're going to sell it right there, $2,000, $3,000. Now $4,000, $4,000 in the 4 now. Now 5, now $6,000, now $7,000, 7, now $8,000, now $9,000. Anybody give 8, 9, 8,000, now 9, 8, 9, $9,000. Anybody give 8 and a 9? Anybody give 9 and 9, $8,000 and a 9, $8,000 and a 9. Anybody give 9? Anybody give $8,000? Anybody give 9? I got Brad in over there at $8,000. Now 9, 8, now 9, 8, 9, $9,000. Anybody give take 85, $8,500, $8,000, $8,500, 8,000 now 5, 85, 85 to buy, $8,500. Now 9, 85 to 9. Bid him a 9. Now 9, 8,500 to 9, 8,500 to 9. Anybody give $9,000, 85 to 9, $8,500 and a $9,000. Anybody else? $9,000, 8,500.
Charles, let me add.
Yes.
Earlier I said if you're a banker or a rancher or anybody else, bid. If you're parents who have children at home tonight, you need to bid on this, okay? If you're grandparents who have children at home, you need to bid on this.
Hey,
Absolutely.
You notice they didn't sign around here?
Nope.
You can still open it and still have the
That's
bottle
right.
afterwards.
It is purpose built.
Yeah, so it's still good. 8,000, now 85, now $9,000. 85, now 9, 8,500 to $9,000. Anybody give 85 to 9? 85 to 9, bid him a $9,000. Brad, what do you want to do? $9,000, 8,500 bid, 9,000 to buy. Bid him a $9,000, 8,500 to 9, 85 to 9. Put your charm on him, Brad, 8,500. You want to give $9,000. Anybody else in the room? $9,000, hands in the air, now's the time. $8,500 to $9,000, bid him a $9,000, 8,500 to 9. You want to give 9, bid him a 9 to 9, 9, 9, 9, 8,500 now 9. We're going to go. Now 95, now 95, now 95. 95. Mr. Horn, you want to give 9,500? You want to do it? Sold it. $9,000.
Yeah.
$9,000.
That's a very nice bonus onto the whole auction.
That was fantastic, guys. Now, don't worry. For those of you who missed out on the signed bottle, there is still a way to enjoy this wonderful whiskey and also support the museum. Simply go to their website, ghostwooddistilling.com, and purchase one of their products using the keyword cowboy, and a portion of the sale will benefit the museum. I mean, what's easier than that? You can also visit the Well OKC off West Memorial or George's Liquor located downtown at Main and Western to purchase a bottle or a case or several cases of Ghostwood.
All right, Miss Ashton got that. Thank you very much, ma'am. All right.
This closes our time with you, Charles. Thank you so much. We've enjoyed every minute of it, but there's still more to come. Now, please welcome Prix de West Committee Chairman Dan Karazi.
Well done, Dan.
Thank you, Clay.
Sorry, Dan.
Before I begin with my remarks, I just want to talk about Kyle's piece a little. Going back, I don't remember how many months, 7, 8, 9 months, when Kyle and I were first talking about that, and he agreed to put a piece in the auction, which we were very grateful for. And he came up with the idea of the moccasins, and we got talking. And I said, I had an idea. I said, well, Kyle, what do you think about, putting the moccasins in with the painting? He thought it over, got back to me. He said, okay, I will do it. And at that point, I said, you know what? I think that's going to do well. But I never, in my wildest dream, imagined it would do as well as it did. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kyle. Again, good evening. And what a weekend this has been. At this time, I'd like to recognize our seminar presenters who did an outstanding job these past 2 days. We first heard from Kwang Ho, who told his personal story in a very touching and a very moving way. We then heard from Tim Newton, who enlightened us about the history of the Salmagundi Club and the artists who traveled to the West and who created what we currently know as Western art. And Paul Moore, who shared his journey as a sculptor. And as I just learned, that Paul recently received the nation's highest award for sculpture, the National Sculpture Society Special Medal of Honor. Congratulations, Paul. Also, congratulations and a thank you to Bill Anton and Randy Dutra for this special morning's conversation that they had. It was not only enlightening, it was very, very touching, it was very moving, and I thought it was an excellent, excellent conversation. So thank you both. I would like to again recognize each of those award recipients that were named earlier today. And I would ask that you please hold your applause until all the award winners are named. But if you do applaud, I'm not going to get angry. The first award was the Donald Teague Award, and it was sponsored by the Scottsdale Art Auction, and it is for exceptional artistic merit for a work on paper, and it was awarded to Joel Johnson for Sunset Reflections. The next award was the Express Ranch's Great American Cowboy Award, sponsored by Robert A. Funk and Express Ranches, and it was presented to Eric Bowman for Outlook. And then we had the James Earl Fraser Sculpture Award, which is sponsored by the Charlie Russell Riders in honor of Steve Rose, and it was presented to Ross Matson for Black Merlin. And then we had the Major General and Mrs. Don D. Pittman Wildlife Award, sponsored by the estate of the late Major General and Mrs. Don D. Pittman, and it was presented to Daniel Smith for Through the Caldera. And the Wilson Hurley Memorial Award, sponsored by Moore Tax and Financial Services, is for an outstanding landscape, and it was presented to Skip Whitcomb for Moses Cooley Mares. And the Robert Lockheed Memorial Award, which is sponsored by Barbara and Roger Simons in memory of Phaedra and George Simons. This award is chosen by the artist for an artist who is exhibiting 3 or more works in this show. And the award was presented to Scott Burdick for his works entitled, pay attention to this, each work, 1, The Many, 2, Colors, 3, Of Our, and 4, The Nation. And the Frederick Remington Painting Award, sponsored by Donna Holt and Jan Provine and Terry Sadler in loving memory of their parents, Russ and Dorothy Sadler, was presented to Dan Gerhardt for Wayfaring Stranger. And the Director's Choice Award for Excellence, which is sponsored anonymously by a member of the Prix de West Committee, was presented to John Moyers for the work titled Vanguard of the Northern Plains. And on behalf of the Prix de West Committee, I extend my sincerest congratulations to all of these 2021 award winners for their outstanding works. And at this time, will all the winning award winners please stand for another well-deserved round of applause. Thank you, artists. Given the superior quality of the art in the show each year, the Prix de West Committee is always faced with the challenging, and I must say, the very daunting task of selecting one piece of art for the museum's permanent collection out of a multitude of exceptional works that are submitted for the show each year. And as you might imagine, much thought and considerable deliberation by the Prix de West Committee is given to this piece that is selected each year to become part of the museum's permanent collection. The Prix de West Purchase Award is sponsored by Roberta M. Eldridge Miller, and the artist whose work who's selected receives both the purchase price of the artwork and a $5,000 award. The Prix de West collection is rich in diversity of style, subject matter, and medium, and it contains works by many of the most celebrated artists of the past 50 years. As a result, the collection forms a cornerstone of the museum's world-renowned Western art holdings. But before we hear from this year's Purchase Award winner, let's all turn our attention to the screens on either side of me as we begin to recognize all of the previous Purchase Award winners. this time, I would ask all of our past Prix de West Purchase Award winners who are with us this evening, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Earlier this afternoon, we added a new name to the prestigious Prix de West Purchase Awards. His work, which is titled Gone Fishin', will be a wonderful addition to the museum's priceless art collection. And now, I am pleased to invite this year's Prix de West Purchase Award winner, Greg Beechin, to join me on stage to say a few words.
You know, I never got any official notice that I was supposed to give a speech here tonight, but my wife Lou told me I had to, so I put something together. Speaking of Lou, you have to know that apart from her, this doesn't happen. Oh no, I'm gonna break up again. I was embarrassed earlier, sorry. I consider much of the early part of my 40-plus year art career to be more or less a failure. But through it all of those years when I was maybe making $2,000 to $3,000 a year, never once did Lou ever complain. Never once did she say, why don't you go get a real job? She just loved me, and she supported the dream. Even when I thought it was over, she encouraged me. So, thanks for your love, Lou. As I mentioned earlier today, this is the highest honor that anyone in our genre can receive. The dream of having one's work among the great ones in that hall over there has just come true. I'm blown away. I can't really express what I'm feeling right now today. I think it took me an hour to take a breath this morning after I heard. And I want you to know how honored and grateful I am. I know every artist in this room deserves it. I understand the subjectivity of choice, but it is so nice to be chosen. So thank you, Prix de West Committee. Thank you, museum staff, and all the hard work that you do to put this show together to be the best of the best in the West. Thank you, patrons. We all love you. And I thank my Lord, apart from whom I'm nothing. And I think my dad would think this was really cool. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Greg. The Jackie L. Coles Buyer's Choice Award is chosen by the Prix de West patrons, and it is sponsored by the estate of the late Jackie L. Coles, who was a major museum patron and an avid Prix de West art collector. An award of $3,000 is given to the artist whose work is chosen by our patrons. And some may say that this award is the most revered of all awards among buyers because it reflects both the interest and the values of those collectors who participated in this weekend's event. The ballot book holders have cast their votes for their favorite work of art in this year's show, and the 2021 Jackie L. Coles Buyer's Choice Award goes to Bonnie Maris for A Cold Reception. Unfortunately, Bonnie could not be with us this evening, and I accept the award on her behalf. I'm sure she's going to be thrilled. And now I would like to thank everyone who participated in tonight's live and very exciting auction. And also I'd like to thank and congratulate the talented artists whose works that were featured in the auction. We also appreciate the museum staff whose singular dedication made tonight's and actually this weekend's event possible. And for anyone who was unable to join us in person this weekend, there will be plenty of time for you to visit the museum and the exhibitions in person or online, because it will be in the museum's galleries through August 8th. And any unsold works of art from this year's Prix de West will be available for purchase through then. So please refer to the Prix de West website to see which pieces are still available. In closing, I invite all of our 2021 Prix de West artists to join us on stage following tonight's program for your annual class photo, to see how old you get each year. And after the class photo, we will also take a photo of the Northwest Rendezvous Artist Group. And the reason we're doing that is the Northwest Rendezvous had been in existence for many, many years, and it essentially has shut down. And many of the artists who were in that show were also in the Prix de West. And since they're all gathered here together tonight, they thought they would like to have a photo of everyone who's here, so that's the reason for that photo. So thank you one and all for joining us at the 2021 Prix de West. And to those of you who are at home and to all of you gathered in this room, you make it possible for us to celebrate contemporary Western art each year in a very special and a very enjoyable way. And in case you didn't know, since this was the 49th anniversary show, next year in 2022, we will be celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Prix de West. It is scheduled for June 17th and 18th next year, and we hope that those of you who are present and those of you who are watching us virtually will all be able to join us in person for this very special celebration and this important Prix de West milestone. And we've already begun planning a few changes for the 2022 weekend events, which will include expanding the auction that we had tonight for next year. We are also going to move it from this time period, which is Saturday evening after the sale, to Friday evening. and we are moving the awards presentations to Saturday evening. Saturday evening will also be a black tie cowboy formal dinner. And also, I'm pleased to announce that our Prix de West sculptor, Gerald Balsiar, has already agreed to create a very special bolo to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Prix de West. Thank you, Gerald. And in addition, we may have a few other surprises in store for you that I'm not allowed to talk about for that weekend. So until next year, thank you again for joining us at the 49th Annual Prix de West. Be well, safe travels, good night, and see you next year. Thank you.
To unlock the world's greatest potential, we have to look. We need to look beyond what we recognize, beyond what's familiar.
We have to look where we haven't looked before.
We need empathy.
Because improving your world starts with improving someone else's. To hire, promote, fund tomorrow's potential. That's when change will happen.
See Eskridge Lexus of Oklahoma City.